For some reason, the whole image isn't loading for me.
네.
Oh, I can't before the thing is finished. Okay,
여기서
so I guess I gotta wait. Alright, whatevs.
경기에 가보도록 하겠습니다.
Okay, going into the game. Here we go. Oh, apparently Tupacalypse knows. Alright, Killer got about 2,400. Zelot got 270 votes. That's a lot. That's a lot. It's a good number. Still nothing compared to Killer, but still, that's more than I thought. I guess 274 people just flipped a coin. Anyways, actually wait, no. I guess it would have to be double that number flipped a coin because only half of those, the coin would have landed on Zelot. Ah, yeah, getting my mind games going here. Alright. So, Killer bottom left, Zelot bottom right. We are on Andromeda. This is, of course, the map where Killer famously sunken rushed. Actually, wait, it was Killer, right? I'm pretty sure it was Killer. Killer sunken rushed Shuttle, which eventually led to Shuttle being knocked out of the tournament. So basically, in their group stage in the round of 16, it went down to Game 3 on this map. Shuttle proxy gated Killer. Killer held it off and then built a proxy hatch in Shuttle's main and sunken rushed his main Nexus. And so Shuttle lost that game, went to the final match, and then got eliminated by Tyson, which was just terrible. Tyson, by the way, of course, playing in the next match after this one against Haya. So it'll be interesting to see if anything like that happens again. I doubt it. I mean, you know, proxy hatch isn't in the main. It has actually been done before. I think it was in, I can't remember if it was Pro League or Star League, but Zero, was it Zero? I think it was somebody proxy hatched Hyuk, or maybe it was Hyuk proxy hatched somebody else. There was a game involving Hyuk in which on match point, 2-player map, there was a proxy hatch in the other guy's main, and that guy actually won, which was awesome. But we actually have an in-base, I think this is an expansion 12 hatch versus an in-base 12 hatch, is that what I'm seeing here? Why would you in-base 12 hatch on Andromeda? What the hell is Killer thinking? This is ridiculous. Wait, no, why are the... Oh wait, no, that's correct. Okay, no, seriously though, what? I mean, not only is in-base 12 hatching generally bad, like you basically will never see pro gamers do this, but on Andromeda you have a protected mineral only in your main. So if you're that scared of him going for some kind of crazy Ling attack, I don't know. I mean, might as well just put out your mineral only. Although I guess the mineral only doesn't really matter in ZBZ, so there's no huge advantage getting the mineral only versus just putting it in your main, and then you're kind of a little bit more protected because you know, all your buildings are next to each other. But still, I'm not a huge fan of this 12 hatch in the main. I mean, you know, foreigners still do it, but pro Koreans basically never do it, or very rarely. And because Zelot got the 12 hatch at his natural, he should be in really good shape right now. I mean, you know, they basically did the same build, except now Zelot has access to a lot more gas. So I really think this is just Killer trying to be a little bit too safe here, kind of scared that Zelot is going to try something again like game number 1 where he goes for a Ling all-in, some kind of weird Ling all-in, and doesn't feel safe enough taking the 12 hatch at his natural. But of course, because it's Andromeda, he does want to do a 12 hatch anyway, because it's such a big map, and you know, you have access to a lot of easy resources. This seems kind of like a half-assed way to do it, that's just, I don't know. It's putting him at a disadvantage, shall we say, right now. But since he's Killer, maybe he can pull something off here. So here come the Lings. One interesting thing also to note, by the way, is that Killer's first Overlord went to the top left instead of going to the bottom right, which is a little bit peculiar. So Zelot had the Overlord over Killer's base much faster than Killer had his Overlord over here. But he's gonna see what's up. He's gonna see his 12 hatch. That is the worst Spire positioning I've ever seen in my life. It's probably a slight exaggeration, but that is a atrocious spire positioning. That is completely exposed. Why wouldn't he put it next to a building? Look at Killer's spire positioning, alright? That is a beautiful spire positioning. Minimal surface area. He can stack his drones to the gas to help protect it. He can, he's got plenty of ways to drone drill. If he drone drills to the gas, they'll go along the right side of the spire. If he wants to go along the left side of the spire, he can actually drone drill his natural minerals, and the drones will go on the left side. So that spire is beautifully protected. Zelot spire is not protected at all from Zerglings. Alright? Even against Mutas, he put it on the far left, so it's even easier for Mutas to harass his spire. I mean, what is that spire positioning? Why is that there? Why? Dude! Ugh! This actually just makes me angry. This makes me furious. Anyways, he's building 2 Sunkens. Because Zelot knows he's in a pretty good spot. He just doesn't want to die to any kind of crazy Zergling attack from Killer, and then he'll be fine. Be absolutely fine, and Killer actually does look like he's going for a Ling all linear. He's hiding various groups of Zerglings all over the map. He does have a Spire. I don't know if he's going to try some kind of crazy Scourge Ling shenanigans here. But yeah, it looks like most of the Lings have now been spotted. And Zelot should be completely fine with these 2 Sunken colonies. Is Killer actually going to go for this? This is going to go for it. He's going to once again force that nice blocking evolution chamber, and here we go. This is not going to work at all. This is just this is not going to work. Yeah, it's not happening. It's not happening at all. I don't know why Killer went for that. Oh my god, what the hell, Zelot? What are you doing? What? Oh my god, dude! Are you Pharrella again? And this is already happening. Oh my god, now he's gonna lose like 5 drones. Okay, he's not gonna lose 5 drones. He's gonna lose like 2. Oh, maybe 3? Alright. Wait, was that a 4th one? I can't quite tell if that was a 4th drone. Oh my god, Zelot! Wake up! Smell what? Oh man, Zelot might be boned now for absolutely no reason. He's gonna lose the 2nd Muta here almost. Oh, wow, that was good micro. I didn't think Zelot had it in him. Zelot not been showing good Muta micro recently, but that was pretty good. That's pretty good. So, I mean, oh man, Killer, he killed like 3 or 4 drones. He got a Muta for free. I mean, what is Zelot thinking right now? The only good thing for Zelot is that he's still mining that 2nd gas where Killer isn't. And of course, he also killed all the Zerglings, so now the Zergling counterattack is going to force Killer to be a little bit more defensive and buy Zelot a little bit of time to recover and stabilize after that atrocious follow-up defense there. I mean, the initial defense was fine. He blocked the Lings and then just let that run by go. And I don't know what that was about here. It looks like he also doesn't have Zergling speed, which makes his counterattack a lot less scary for Killer. But, he doesn't actually need to do a ton of damage with this. The important thing is that he's just keeping Killer away from his own base and just letting himself recover a little bit. Giving himself some breathing room. And now it looks like he's actually decided he's safe enough to go for the counterattack here. Of course, he does have a lot of Scourge, making use of all that extra gas here. And of course, he's a bit shorter on minerals considering he lost. Oh, they all hit! Oh my god, Killer wasn't paying attention and they basically all hit. I don't know how well they were cloned or split, but it doesn't matter. Wow! That was a huge move. Zelot now coming in with his Muta, coming in with a lot more Scourge as well. Killer does have a Spore Colony, but it's not the best placement. He's building a 2nd one on the bottom here, and it looks like going for a counterattack. This time, Killer is the one going for the counterattack with Zerglings in order to buy time for himself to recover. He does have speed on his Link, so his counterattack is a bit more scary. However, there are already 2 Sunken Colonies at the natural, so he might want to go for another run-by here. Zelot, meanwhile, looks like, going to use his drones to block. Very nice move there, although it looks like they're still going to go for it. Going to go for the drones, and here we go. One of the drones does go down, and these drones actually might just all die anyway. Yeah, 2 of the drones getting taken down here. The rest of the Links moving up. The Muta's coming back here, but these speedling counterattacks doing so much damage here. Just getting more drones. Killer Zelot not moving his drones. He lost, I think, 3 drones there again in addition to the 2 on the ramp. He just lost 5 drones in total. That should not have happened in that counterattack here. Man, Zelot making a lot of blunders here. He had the build order advantage in the beginning of the game. He got really lucky there, hitting with all of those Scourge on the Mutas, and yet he just keeps messing up and letting Killer back into the game. I don't understand. Zelot, dude, alright, he's still okay because he's still got the 2 bases, he's still got the, the 2nd gas mining, he's got the 2 Sunkens to help defend, he's still not in terrible shape, he really should just be winning this game outright, and yet he's somehow letting Killer stay in the game just by being bad, I mean, just to put it frankly. To be completely honest, He's just being bad right now. Anyway, so also he scouted the top left drone there with his Scourge. He did see it run out earlier with that with his Zerglings. Oh my God, more hits! Man, Killer being uncharacteristically I don't even know what to call it. He's just not being very, very careful with his mutas, doing a bit of good micro there, but still taking more hits. They otherwise should have. Looks like a few more Zerglings running in as well to help distract. That might have been why he wasn't paying attention. Maybe he was microing some Zerglings or something. But moving in again now. Notice that Zealot rather still, even though he's losing so many drones, he's still mining from both of those gas. So still getting a ton of gas. But that's of course going to force him to make a lot more Scourge than mutas, being very gas heavy. So if Killer's Muta Micro is perfect, and if he can micro down all the Scourge, he definitely still has a shot. He's also getting the hidden hatchery at the top left. A random drone actually moving out. I think that's a bit of a mistake. I'm pretty sure that was moved out to immediately take that top left gas as quickly as possible. And, well, I mean, not so much a mistake, it's just a bit unlucky there for Killer that that Zealot actually was just moving out there and was able to see that just at the right time. Anyway, Zelot being quite aggressive with his mutas. Notice that this is also partially allowed by the fact that he does have 2 sunken colonies at his natural, so he's not too scared of like small 2 to 4 Zergling run-bys or counterattacks, which he would be vulnerable to if he didn't have the static defenses. Of course, he is still vulnerable to like, big 10 Zergling run-bys as we saw earlier, but still, he is being quite aggressive with his mutas, and I do quite like that, but it just, you can see here, his muta micro is not perfect, and he's still got to be a little bit careful, and I think, again, even though he can do this kind of aggression because of those sunkens, he doesn't really have to, because, as I've been saying this whole time, he is in the better economic position, although that's it's not going to be the case for much longer here, now that Killer has that top left base. Another run-by going in here, but it looks like the mutas are in position, although Killer now moving in with his own muta is going to get a couple of drone kills here, sniped as well. Looks like he got all 3 of the gas drones. Man, Killer just really being a boss here. Looks like Zealot's mutas aren't even going to be able to catch up here, so Killer, the Zerglings this time were a distraction, and the mutas got the 3 kills. Man, Killer is really good. Looks like Zelot, though, knows about that top left base, so he's sending a few Zerglings to counterattack. I think Killer has a couple of links at the top of the ramp, but only a couple, judging from the size of the blob on the minimap, so probably going to have to run away. He's only got 2 Zerglings there against the 4 of Zelot. Now, the 4 Zerglings, of course, aren't really going to do that much. And it looks like Killer's sending a few Zerglings of his own as well, but oh man, Zelot, he's moving in with a lot of Scourge here. Looks like he's hoping that Killer gets distracted by the links. His mutas are also out on the map. He's looking for a big pincer on Killer's mutas when they potentially go and defend that base, but no, it looks like Killer not gonna take the bait. His muta's just chilling at home with those 2 spore colonies, although so gotta be a little bit careful. Those Scourge are just waiting. They're waiting to pounce on the mutas. So getting a few more links as well. Now, Zelot knows now that, Killer's mining a second gas as well at the top left. So what is his response? His little Zergling poke there didn't really do much. Is he going to go for the kill here? Is he going to try and end it before Killer can take advantage of that gas? Here we go. Where are the Scourge? The Scourge need to come in from the other side here. I don't think Zelot's muta micro is good enough to actually take Killer head on. He really needs those Scourge to come in at a good angle. And here we go. We might have the engagement. Killer really trying to bait these mutas in here and running back to the spores. Although once Zelot gets enough air forces, he can just go in, even regardless of the spore colonies. He's still not going to commit though. And notice that this top left base, it looks very, very vulnerable, but in fact there's no good way for Zelot to attack it. Oh, looks like a bunch of Scourge hitting Zelot's mutas there, but again, Killer's still behind on the muta count, still at the back. But, okay, so basically this top left base, it looks really vulnerable, but Killer cannot attack it with the mutas, because if he moves his mutas all the way to the top left, sorry, Zelot cannot attack it. If Zelot moves his mutas all the way to the top left, Killer will counterattack with his mutas into Zelot's main, and then it'll just be game over, because he's got no spore colonies. Meanwhile, Zelot actually doing a lot of damage here, picking off that pool, trying to pick off some overlords and whatnot, taking a few Scourges here and there. He's got to be a little bit more careful, but otherwise doing a pretty good job. But yeah, basically the only way for Zelot to actually attack that top left base is with Zerglings. And we can see that Killer's already made a sunken there, and Killer's also the one that has Zergling speed, whereas Zelot doesn't have speed. So Zelot really just doesn't have a good option to take down that base, as vulnerable as it might seem. It's actually, just given the circumstances, it's protected not by actual units and structures, but mainly just by the positioning of the bases and how the game has played out so far. It's kind of interesting. Looks like one random drone actually on the gas there getting taken down. Killer should really actually replace that ASAPly because he's only getting 2 guys on that gas right now. But Killer definitely seems to be getting the better of these air engagements here, just showing off his superior control. Zelot really unable to keep up. I really think this is not the way to go for Zelot. Even though he's doing good damage here, he's getting outclassed by Killer's micro. So what I think he should do is just kind of try and mass up and go for a big timing before that top left base really kicks in and just try and finish off Killer. Because the longer this goes on, I mean, Killer's just going to keep getting, you know, small victories here, keep getting, you know, better trade-offs when these battles happen, and then eventually he's going to catch up on the mute account, and then Zelot's just going to be screwed. I mean, this is not going to work in the long run. But looks like Zelot is going to persist with this line of thought. I don't know if he's actually drawn up a bit behind this at least, because he has made a bunch of Scourge there. Looks like the Evo Chamber having to be remade. I don't know if that's a spawning pool being remade at the bottom there as well, because of course Zelot did pick that off. But at the top left base, it looks like Killer's actually got an okay saturation there as well. Presumably just made a bunch of drones. Yeah, he's got five drones mining the minerals. He's mining the gas as well. And Zelot, I don't know what he has at home, but looking at the minimap, it doesn't seem that he actually has anything mining the minerals that is natural. And uh-oh, here we go. Killer deciding he has enough. No, he's moving out. Is he going to go all the way? He moved out enough to get a lot of Scourge hits. Now Zelot moving in with his own Scourge, but again, just the control is so just lackluster here. From Zelot, and he's way behind on drones right now. It's just, oh man, dude, if this game keeps going like this for another 5 minutes, I'm pretty sure Killer's just gonna win, because he just has far better control than his opponent. He's even building a lot of stack defenses there at the top left. Whoa, random drone there. I don't know what that was doing. Maybe just scouting around for hidden bases, a hidden third. But yeah, emergency sunken's being made there to defend against the Zergan counterattack. Looks like Zelot doesn't want to let that base stay up here, but the Killer still microing like a boss here. Is that 2 group micro there? That's a lot of mutas, and man, look at this! Zelot doesn't have very many mutas left, and this counterattack in the top left isn't really doing anything. That did absolutely nothing. He just threw away a bunch of lings. I think Zelot's just losing this. You just can't do anything against Killer. Killer's just too strong. I mean, this is really sad, because you know Zelot was in really good positions, you know, in the beginning of the game and in the mid game, and he's for some reason opted, instead of going you know, for the intelligent plays and for the, you know, the good all-in timings like he's been going for, you know, the entire tournament. He's decided to try and like out micro Killer. I mean, seriously? You know, against a normal Zerg even, I'd say that's not a good idea given how bad Zelot's meta micro is, but especially against Killer. I mean, this is the guy who's nicknamed Mini Dong. This guy is too good for you. Looks like he's picking off a lot of HP on that. What is that drone doing there? Is he going to Sunken Rush again? Is he going to Proxy Hatch? What is that drone doing there? I think that might be a mistake. Yeah, he's sending it back. There's no way he's ahead enough to actually try anything like that. And a Sunken Rush at this point doesn't really make any sense whatsoever. So, well, I mean, that top left base is super locked down now. It's not even locked down because, you know, there's no way for Zelot to attack it, but it's actually got defenses there. So it looks like Zelot actually does pick off this this main gas here, which is quite nice, you know. Limiting that gas intake for Killer. Gonna hurt his mute account. Killer might not even have enough excess minerals now to even take another base somewhere. If you can just take a drone from the top left and go try and take another hidden base somewhere, that could be pretty sweet. I'm not exactly sure where he'd go though. But Zelot's drone count is just ridiculously low compared to Killer's. So the longer this game goes on, I mean, if he doesn't drone up a little bit behind this, even if he, you know, picks off these random buildings, it's not working. You know, he's behind on drones. He's behind. He's got worse micro. Playing this kind of attrition game, that's not how you do it. Okay, looks like he's now droning up a little bit and is actually pulled back and is on the defensive, and that's. Oh man, I mean he's basically dead now, right? You know, he's way behind on drones. He clearly thinks he doesn't have enough mutas to continue the aggression, and I think he's right. But if he doesn't continue the aggression, what does he have? That was like his entire game plan, and it didn't work out. And so now he's got inferior eco, inferior micro, and an even army basically. So, oh man, Killer even has 1-1 upgrades already. Look at that Killer, despite being under so much pressure, has got 1-1 upgrades on his air and no upgrades on Zelot's own air. So he's just behind on basically everything right now. Huh. And yep, as I said, Killer actually does have enough excess minerals, so he's just going to take the top left natural. Not even bothering to make a hidden base, just going to take that top left natural. And also going for the attack, keeping on the pressure now. So now Killer's the one keeping on the pressure. He wants to keep that fresh base up there safe, and also, you know, he apparently just has a superior mute account anyway, even grabbing a couple of overlords there. I don't know what those overlords were doing all the way out there on the map, but clearly not being that useful. And Zelot is just kind of pinned to his base now. So now the situation is kind of reversed here. Zelot's the one sort of pinned to his base, while Killer is basically taking the map. He's getting a 4th base here. That is something you rarely ever see in ZVZ here. Might be partly an artifact of the map on Andromeda. You can take extra expansions like this pretty easily and safely. Especially the air distance between natural and the main is actually really close. So it's pretty easy to pop back and forth and defend that. But yeah, Killer's actually decided, instead of just ending this game, which I'm pretty sure easily could at this point with his 1-1 upgrades, he is instead going to just you know, get a bunch of bases and do whatever he wants. And you can see Zelot already knows he's dead. He doesn't actually know how he lost this game, and I'm not really sure how he lost this game either. But, oh, looks like Killer's not going to wait. He's going for the kill. A million Scourge moving in. This could be it for Zelot. So many mutas for Killer. 1-1 upgrade. Zelot does have the 1+1 carrot base now, but I don't think it's enough. And Zelot getting taken down by a million mutas here. And GG from Zelot. Killer takes it down 3-0. As I'm sure most people predicted, but still, that I gotta say, that was a better series than I expected from Zelot. Even though it was a 3-0, in Game 1 he almost had it. It was very close. Game 2, he showed really good planning, really good positioning with those Zerglings. Definitely thought about the matchup a lot before going in here. And Game 3, you know, he had a build order advantage, and you know, Killer also, not only that, but Killer went for a huge Zergling attack that basically did nothing until the run-by happened. So really, Zelot should have had Game 3, possibly Game 1, although that was a good defense from Killer. And unfortunately, it is in fact just turned into a 3-0 here. But don't worry, guys, because we have one more series.